Why are we still giving this cuck attention? Because I like to watch him shoot himself in the foot. It's funny to me.
Like, who have genuine concerns.
Well, how about this, Ian? Here's my concern. Why were you taking 34% of your charity's money?
Not do all these things that potentially put the event at risk and put other people at...
What? Why is this concerning you now? Shouldn't you have been concerned with that before you torpedoed your whole entire event by getting involved in some retarded drama?
Buzz will be generated, but it didn't happen. Or maybe it did happen, but it just didn't sell tickets. I would cross that off my list.
Because it happened after the event, you stupid fuck. Why would it generate buzz if the event already happened? Both Idubbbz and Anissa, they both co-own it. What the fuck does she do? Why isn't she in this video answering for shit she did? Decisions she made. Like, I can't, this is so gross, dude. And honestly, it's so disgusting of Anissa to do this to Idubbbz, to drag him around like a fucking dog, right? And have him take the brunt of her actions. She should be forced to answer for shit that she fucking did. I don't know why Idubbbz always has to be the one to answer for it. It's so stupid. Here's the thing, and I feel like I could maybe say this in a more reasonable way than like Sam Hyde's audience might be able to. Anissa has a pattern of being very, very controlling and uncaring of the boundaries of Ian. And you can fucking tell.
But I also don't want to let down my audience, you know?
Oh, it's a little late for that. Shit. Dude, as soon as I thought, like, yeah, I'll play a little bit of a gaming before I start the stream. And then I saw Idubbbz release this fucking video, dude. I'm like, dude, I haven't even ate my fucking dinner yet, bro. What the fuck? I was like, fuck it. Why not, dude? Why not? I'll make like an actual thumbnail for the stream this time. Fuck it, dude. Fuck it.
Now, thankfully for me, I have the majority of this video already recorded. This is just a little addendum.
You know, it's unfortunate timing. Unfortunate timing for you, Ian. I hope towards the tail end he addresses the Oh, he doesn't. Oh, fuck.
I think an addendum is something that you...
I think after this video, I do want to look at his subreddit just to see the
put at the end. But this is a predendum. I'm throwing in a little predendum. Something that I've been struggling with for a long time on YouTube is concern trolling. The thing that I really struggle with is not identifying concern trolling. The difficult part of it is when there are people who have authentic concern out there and the concern trolls are concerned over the same thing. So I'm like, oh fuck, I'm giving in to the concern troll.
What? Wait, why the fuck do you care? Why? If some people have genuine concerns and they're showing that for you, who the fuck cares? It's like, oh, the concern trolls are saying the same thing. Like, but what?
Trolls by addressing, you know, this segment of the population or this segment of my...
Wait, is this just Idubbbz complaints? Does he talk about the credit card thing? Is that Dead No Man? Who the fuck is that? Oh, Denims? Oh, thank God Denims makes an appearance. Thank God. Where would I be without having Denims fucking input, dude?
Fan base who have genuine concerns. So I don't want to let the trolls inhibit my ability to...
Well, how about this, Ian? Here's my concern. Why were you taking 34% of your charity's money and not telling anybody? Why? That's my concern. I'm concerned about that.
To communicate to my fans or people who are confused out there. So I want to talk about Creator Clash. I want to talk about the structure of the business and how it's changed over the years.
Skip to
and
750.
I'll let him cook. Any of the lies that are being spread out there about Anissa, about me.
I was worried this video wasn't going to be useful. Okay.
And about the event. My main incentive for sharing this information is that I have felt extremely handcuffed by Creator Clash these past years because I'm not an expert communicator and I don't know how to convey things, not over-communicate.
You could try by using your words. That's a good start. You could try by saying, hey guys, for this year's Creator Clash, to avoid the disaster of last year, we're going to be taking 34%. And only 43% of revenue is going to go to actual charities. That's just say that. Just use the words.
Not do all these things that potentially put the event at risk and put other people at...
What?
not do all these things that potentially put the event at risk.
What? Why is this concerning you now? What? Why? Why is this concerning you now? Shouldn't you have been concerned with that before you torpedoed your whole entire event by getting involved in some retarded drama? Oh my God.
And put other people at risk. And that's kind of why I wanted to step away.
He's like always late to like everything. Like
from this event. It feels like it's inhibiting my ability. Like
maybe I shouldn't be dabbing up with people who support fucking child raping terrorists.
Business side of things.
Why are we still giving this cuck attention? Because I like to watch him shoot himself in the foot. It's funny to me.
It's like inhibits my ability to communicate openly and effectively, especially when there's so many people counting on me to, you know, do that well. So it's
dude, okay. Here's a realization that I came to when I was watching the Internet Versus video that was released, I think today, this morning. Dude, Ian has no fucking respect for his peers or his fans. Just straight up. The way he's been acting is wholly and entirely selfish. And even there was moments in the fucking content cop where he's literally like, I just love rolling in shit. I want to roll in shit. I don't give a fuck who gets dragged down with me. I want to roll in shit. Fuck this. I'm going to make this fucking video. I want to suck off Hassan's cock. And not think for a fucking second that that might affect your charity event by attaching it to stupid fucking drama.
It's a lot of pressure, and now that Anissa and I have stepped away from it, I want to just clear the air because I don't feel that same pressure that I did when I was part of the event. If you look into charity events, they come in...
Clearly, it must have not have been that bad because you made the content cop when you were still attached to the fucking... You suck, bro. What did you do now? He made a fucking video. You literally uploaded it like an hour ago. I want to see the dislike rate. You can't. I don't have the plugin. Plus, the dislike rate is useless, dude.
So many different shapes and sizes, and there is really no format that is completely obvious for creator boxing plus charity. For the first creator clash, we had the business model of...
Wait, hold, what?
I was part of the event. If you look into charity events, they come in so many different shapes and sizes, and there is really no format that is completely obvious for creator boxing plus charity.
You could start by maybe not pocketing 54% of the revenue. You could start there. Was it 54 or was it 50? No, it was like 54%. They were pocketing 54% over. Now, granted, 4% over, but you shouldn't even be pocketing 50% of your charity's revenue. The revenue generated from the charity event should go to the fucking charity. Okay? And the finances should come from sponsors. The sponsors should be financing the event. This is how he says that, oh my God, there's no perfect way to run a fucking charity. There's many different ways to run a fucking charity. 99% of them is like the sponsors fund the event, revenue goes to charity. All revenue goes to charity. 99% of charities do that. There's no perfect way to do it. Fuck off, dude.
First creator clash, we had the business model of after everyone has been paid for, you know, the expenses of the event, all profits go to charity.
That is so stupid. Why? Why? Dude. God. Why? Why? Okay, Ian, but why? What is the justification for that? Because if you know, crazy concept, but what if you overspend? What if you overspend, Ian? Then what? What if you do like 4 galas that raised $0 for charity because you spent more than you were earning? What if? What money would go to charity for your charity event, Ian?
That was the business model, and it was successful.
Thankfully,
it worked out the first year. Now, some people will be critical of one of the costs being parties for Creator Clash
Oh yeah. Oh, one of the concerns. Okay.
2 and actually Creator Clash 1, because that's where we got the idea from. It was very successful for Creator Clash 1.
Creator Clash 1 had galas? I'm not as up to date on this as fucking Nick is. I mean, Nick is like A-logging the ever-loving fuck out of this event, but Creator Clash 1 had galas? I don't remember that. Okay.
Or the event was successful. We don't know.
Didn't he say, wait, hold on. No. What? Didn't he say the whole reason for doing the galas in Creator Clash 2 was because they didn't do after parties? They didn't do after parties of Creator Clash 1, and he complained about that, and he thought doing the galas was a good idea for Creator Clash 2. Wait, what? What the fuck is what the hell is he talking about? Pride Month is cringe. I really don't give a fuck about it. What worries me about Pride Month, though, okay, kind of unrelated. What worries me about Pride Month is people doing dumb ass retarded shit. Basically, just look like pedophiles and become ammunition for fucking conservatives and shit. It's just so fucking annoying. Every Pride Month, this shit happens, dude. It's so fucking annoying.
If the party worked to encourage people to promote the event, but that was the idea. You get a
wait. But they're not. You're not even asking. You weren't even asking your fighters to promote the event.
It was very successful for Creator Clash 1, or the event was successful. We don't know if the party worked to encourage people to promote the event.
Oh my fucking god, dude. I'm gonna lose it.
But that was the idea. You get a bunch of creators to show up to a fucking hotel the night before their fight, and they're going to post about it on social media, and the internet will be abuzz. And the event was successful, so we thought that that strategy of having, you know, a little hubbub, a little hullabaloo before the event and after the event was a good idea. So we ran with that strategy.
But you're talking about before. You're talking about before the event occurs, because that makes sense. Doing the gala, because that's the whole point of a gala, right? The whole point of a gala is, or gala, or however the fuck you say it, is to have an event where a bunch of celebrities and sponsors show up, start mingling with the event coordinators and stuff like that, getting more people to donate, getting more eyes on the event, and then the event occurs usually in the coming weeks. To drum up all the support. What the fuck is the point of doing it after the event? You should have already raised the money. What's the point of doing it after? Because now you're spending that revenue money, apparently according to your fucking current structure, you're spending that money doing fucking useless after parties that is just nothing. It serves no purpose but to just waste more money for no fucking reason. It's stupid.
Strategy again, hoping
Twitch is so much better. Wait, what? You guys can't make up your own fucking mind, dude. At least it doesn't completely delete messages. Well, just tweak it just a tiny bit. I mean, YouTube, you can at least say retard on YouTube, dude.
That creators will post about it and be excited about it, and buzz will be generated. But it didn't happen. Or maybe it did happen, but it just didn't sell tickets. I would cross that off my list.
Because it happened after the event, you stupid fuck. Because it happened after. Why would it generate buzz if the event already happened?
As a learning experience of...
Thank God. I hope those dying children that were supposed to get money can also take it as a learning experience.
Well, if you do this strategy, you either gotta force people to post about it, or you have to fucking, I don't know, not do it. You gotta...
Amazing intellect.
Gotta make sure...
Maybe don't overspend, yeah? Good job.
That people are slapping each other during the weigh-in. That's probably what I'd change it to. Because it's cheaper, you know? It's a lot cheaper if people slap each other during the weigh-in. I just wasn't about that. I was just like, I don't want this fake drama shit. For the second Creator Clash, we used the same business model. This time, we increased the budget. We had more fighters. We had a bigger arena. And more expensive.
Wait, I fucking love how he's talking so much about Creator Clash 2. It's like, didn't you already... Shouldn't all this clarity have, like, been already addressed in literally this video uploaded, like, last year? Where the fuck is it?
Bruh.
Like, literally a fucking year ago? Shouldn't oh my god, dude. Fucking kill me, bro.
In general. As a result of that, there were a lot more...
Finally, after a year, he has worked up the courage to start being honest.
Costs, and our ticket sales did not make up those costs. It seemed very obvious that...
Oh, what? Fuck, shit. I just said I don't like naked people in BDSM gear during Pride Month. Yeah. I mean, neither. That shit is so stupid. It's like, if you want to do that, if you want to do some degen fucking party, BDSM fucking bullshit, do it after hours. Do it near a bar, after hours, whatever the fuck, some gay bar. I'm sure some gay bar wouldn't mind hosting that kind of fucking shit. Do that there. Why the fuck does it need to be out in the open in broad fucking daylight around fucking kids? That shit makes it's so disgusting. It's pedophilic. It's pedophilic. It's pedophilic, dude. You have no fucking reason. You have to know that kids are gonna be there. You showing up dressed like that, you are a fucking pedophile. Just straight up. Like, just that, my mind's immediately gonna jump to that. Fuck people who do that shit. It's so gross.
This was not the way to run the charity boxing event. We told our business partners, we are not going to do this event again unless it can be promised to us that there was a way to guarantee money for charity. And the business model that was presented to us.
Okay, by who? Presented to you by who?
We are not going to do this event again unless it can be promised to us that there was a way to guarantee money for charity. And
you can start by dedicating all revenue to the charity, and then use sponsors to fund the event. It doesn't need to be in LA. It doesn't need to be in Tampa. It could be somewhere cheap. Make it somewhere cheap and affordable. Okay? Boom. This isn't the first fucking time someone has thought to do a charity sort of charity style thing attached to some kind of a competitive event. That is how everyone virtually does that. Who the fuck approached him with this idea? Is he? Oh wait! Oh my god! I think he's clapping back. He's clapping back at Aaron, at the new owners of Creator Class, because they leaked the fucking 34% shit. I think this is his way of throwing them under. It's like, well, you told us to do this. This was your idea.
And the business model that was presented to us was what we're enacting, or what we did enact this year with Creator Clash 3. And that is, the for-profit side of the business is unincorporated with the charity aspect. So the charity partner is its own fundraiser.
Now it's for profit. Wait, did you catch that? Now it's for profit.
With the charity aspect. So the charity partner.
Charity aspect. Good. I'm glad we're correcting our fucking verbiage on this event and not just flat out calling it a charity. It's a boxing event with a charity aspect to it. Good. Good.
Is its own fundraiser that we sort of like push people to, you know, before, during, and after the event. I think where some of the confusion is that many people don't understand how charity events operate, because to be honest, they're all very different. And with something like a charity boxing event, there's a lot of money that you have to front to put it on in the first place. And if you have an investor,
that's why you get, investors and sponsors. That's the whole fucking point. They're the ones who are supposed to fund the fucking event.
You're able to do that.
Yeah.
That investor is going to want money. They're going to want profit, but that at least gives you the initial fund.
The profit is that having their name attached to an event so they can fucking do tax write-offs and shit. That's the profit. Well, I don't know exactly. He might be right about this. I'm not ultra familiar, but that investors in the event might be asking for profit, but for profit, that doesn't always mean them being able to directly dip their hands into the revenue made of the charity, because that would just make those investors look bad if they did that. If they were directly dipping their hands in the revenue of the fucking charity. So they do that. They sponsor events to do mostly tax write-off fucking bullshit, but also to get their brand out there. They're basically paying for ad space attached to your event. That's the whole fucking reason why they're investing in you in the first place, because they want their brand to be pushed out there in front of a large amount of people, right?
Funds to put on the event. There are other charity initiatives and events that allow people to spend money for a ticket and
the other retard, Froggy Fresh, I think, right?
Immediately get a product, and also their money goes to charity. Those are usually big fucking conglomerates, giant companies that can afford that cost because they're selling you other things.
I think that means they can sell shit other than the stuff. Wait, what? I think that means they can sell shit other than stuff they have that goes to charity. Wait, what? I don't know what you mean.
Some people have an idea of charity events as being like a strictly altruistic thing.
What? I was just gathering my thoughts for like a thing I was gonna say. Like, I was gonna say, I'm gonna rewind. I was gonna say that the idea of getting a bunch of creators to fight is a really, really good idea and could be really, really profitable. But Ian is a fucking pussy and he doesn't want drama. If you're gonna get a bunch of creators to fight each other, a good way to get people to want to show up and watch it is to have drama. That's the whole point of having content creators fucking fight each other. That's the whole fucking point. It's for drama or whatever the fuck. Like that was the whole reason for wanting to fight Right Scum and fucking Jinx. That was the whole fucking it's drama. It drums up attention. A lot of people would want to fucking see it. But he's too much of a pussy. He's like, "No, I don't want Sam Hyde showing to my event." Such a fucking god. What a dumb fuck.
Spend money for a ticket and
it genuinely could have been such a good idea, but he's just selfish. He's just selfish, and he didn't want to be associated with unsavory people. You know, for the sake of like networking with Twitch people, but still, fuck that shit, dude. Like, make your event entertaining and have people want to show up. Don't have it be this boring little fucking group masturbatory fucking shit with a bunch of elitist streamers. It's fucking no one wants to see that. No one wants to be a part of that. The Twitch people are just fucking what is it called? They're like ivory tower people. Like, no, it's just so tone deaf, and they're so detached from their fans, and they're so detached from reality. People who want to watch a boxing event are fucking dumb monkeys that just want to watch people beat the shit out of each other. Okay, there is no room for this fucking shit with Twitch streamers who are just like, I'm just so nice and virtuous and blah 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 blah. By the way, Hamas is based for killing children.
They
like,
get a product and
Circle
also
Jerk, yeah.
Their money goes to charity. Those are usually big fucking conglomerates, giant companies that can afford that cost because they're selling you other things. Some people have an idea of charity
like an
events
event,
being like a strictly altruistic thing where everyone is just
Some people have this idea of charities being altruistic, strictly altruistic.
sacrificing
They are wrong.
their time and energy and money for the charity. To put on a boxing event costs a lot of money. And even in other examples like GDQ, Games Done Quick is a charity event, but they're not like a charity themselves. You know, they run a business and they partner with a charity and they fundraise for the charity. They send people to the charity, and thankfully they have, you know, multiple.
Correct me if I'm like fairly certain donos a part of those streams of GDQ go to charity, like straight up. Like most of it does go to charity, if I recall correctly. I mean, I could look it up right now. I'm actually, you know what? He's bringing it up. I'm actually kind of curious. 100% to charity line is at best a technicality. This can be found in PFC's 990, which is listed in the PFC website on the page. GDQ, okay. GDQ organizer. Okay, GDQ is not a non-profit, nor do we claim to be. We are a professional fundraiser organization, one of many thousands out there in the world. In order to fund our larger event, the charities pay us a flat fee prior to this event. This money goes to a litany of purposes. So sponsor the charity. Okay, so the sponsors are basically charities. The charities are sponsoring GDQ so they could get their charity in front of people, and a portion of that goes to charity. Staff pay approximately 50 staff members account for approximately 50% of the flat fee. Wait, really? Includes layout design costs. So 50% flat fee. But oh, this is coming. This is not from revenue. This is from the sponsor money. 50% of the sponsor money is going to staff. Hotel fees, including conference space, power, internet, etc. Another 20 to 25% of the fee. Prizes to give away, including shipping, about 5%. Travel and hotel, about 10%. Health, such as mask, medical gear, blah 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 blah, 3 to 5%. Miscellaneous stuff. So this, I mean, it sounds pretty structured. This still doesn't account for everything. This is just what the charities pay for. Other funds like bits, subs, badges, payments, etc. pay for the non-site arcade, World 9 free, Game Harper, blah, 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 and more. Running an event like this is expensive, and do our best to keep the cost to the charity at a minimum. This is why stuff like the arcade is not covered by the charity, because although attendees love it, it doesn't raise money for charity. The charities receive breakdowns of what our money goes to, just like I summarize here. They can trust that the money is well spent. I mean, it sounds like I mean, if we were to trust those, I can't fully express how much I personally appreciate GDQ events and how much they really mean to me. Thanks for all that they do. Isn't counting Twitch subs and bits into the total raised. What kind of wait, what? Which many past GDQs have done, kind of disingenuous then. We stopped oh shit. We stopped doing this when we stopped donating those funds. Okay. So at one point I was right in thinking this. At one point the revenue that they were making from the streams was going to charity. Now they don't do that anymore, but they're apparently okay. They're here's the thing. They're transparent about this. They tell their people. And I would assume that this is on the website too. I would hope it is. But it seems like everyone's on the same page. But then again, this is the speedrunning Reddit, so they could be sweeping or biased or whatever. But this seems like way more fucking organized than what whatever the hell Ian is trying to emulate.
Ways of being paid and paying the people who are running the show. That might be through payment from the charity. That might be through their own like.
Also, I see Ian taking lessons from Bad Empanada, and he's completely changing the definition of charity for his purposes. Yep.
Might be through payment from the charity. That might be through their own like Twitch stream or merchandise. I just know that for a charity boxing event in the form of Creator Clash, there aren't too many ways to recoup your money other than ticket sales. And that was obviously the biggest challenge of the previous two events. When it does well, awesome. But when it doesn't, it's a huge problem. It remains to be seen.
You could have mitigated the loss if you didn't spend so exorbitantly. You should have known after the event, after Creator Clash, after the event concluded, you should have known how much money you had left and not have spent it on the fucking galas. Doesn't make any fucking sense, dude. You shouldn't even be financing the event through the fucking revenue. You shouldn't even be doing that. That's the whole point of sponsors. That's the whole fucking point of sponsors, is that people will get I will guarantee you give this money to run. I will give you this money to run this event. And that money is going to be used to fund the event. And the revenue, that's where you could split it off. Maybe you could, I'm not entirely against the revenue going to pay the event coordinators like Ian and Anissa. I'm not against that, but that needs to be fucking clear. That needs to be made clear, and it fucking wasn't.
Whether the for-profit business side of the event will be successful, but the main controversy, I would say, is
also, to be clear, I don't think Ian and Anissa ever claimed this was a non-profit. They never claimed Creator Clash was a non-profit, but they did claim that it was a charity event, and it's not. It's a boxing event with a charity aspect, and now he's fucking correcting it.
That it was revealed with the change of ownership that Anissa and I, because we're 1/3 ownership of Creator Clash, the business, that we were getting 34% of the profit share. We weren't anticipating this event doing well. Like, we wanted to do well enough to pay back the investors, of course. So that's one of the reasons that we were, okay with the profit share thing. But another part of it as well is...
Then don't call it a fucking charity event. Why the hell would you ever call it a charity event when that is not the case?
That the contract wasn't structured in a way that the profit share could just directly go to charity. It was told to us, like, you could just donate your portion of the profit share to charity after the event. So we were like, okay, fine. Now, I know some people will find it hard to believe that Anissa and I were just going to give our portion of the profit share to charity. There's nothing I could really say to, I think, convince them otherwise. It was up to our discretion at the end of the day. And if you don't believe us, I can't say anything that'll change your mind. I guess my only appeal is that year one, we made a bunch of money for charity, and I just got the fighters' pay like everyone else. In year two of the event, we definitely got nothing. So yeah, having said all of this, I know that there's probably a lot of you out there who honestly don't care, and you're just like, you want to see boxing, or you just want to see...
I don't know, but to me, that kind of shows that shows how a brand risk Ian has become, that he couldn't get sponsors willing to put their name on this. Well, before he got involved in the fucking Ethan Hassan spat, there could have been some grace given. Like, I would say before the content cop, I was definitely thinking like, yeah, Ian's kind of a pussy for not even showing like a ounce of support for Ian or Ethan for getting fucking legitimately actually fucking harassed and shit. But I didn't hate him. And some part of me was like, you know, I hear a lot of people talking shit about Creator Clash, and it was set in Tampa. And I was actually legitimately thinking, is like, well, I want to go and see just to see how it plays out. I know that the money probably isn't going to go to fucking charity or whatever the fuck, right? But I'm going to see the event. I'm not going to support charity. I'm not going to that event to support charity. I mean, I do support charities on my fucking off time and shit like that. Like, I donate $5 here and there or whatever the fuck. It's not anything huge. But you know, I want to see this event kind of fail more or less. But like, I didn't hate him or anything like that. But like, seeing everything slowly unravel and then watching this guy torpedo his own event and then simultaneously hold it up as a shield to protect him from fucking criticism and shit like that. It's like, Ian can get involved in some retarded internet beef, but you cannot criticize his actions because he's running a charity. Like, fuck off. That's it. That shit was so stupid. And now people are saying, I can't believe Ethan Klein would attack Idubbbz and torpedo his event. He took the wheel and drove it off a fucking cliff. He's the one who fucking torched the entire thing. Ethan is literally just responding to what other people are doing about him. Oh, from bro, what?
Regular videos. I get that. For my soul, I needed to communicate it. So yeah, that's a big relief for me. I mean, I'm very happy that, you know.
Oh, hold on. Also, wait, wasn't Anissa supposed to be the coordinator? Hold on, I need to shut my door. He always says that she's the more talkative one, she's the more communicative one, she's the more networked one, and that's pretty obvious. If you see how she speaks with the other Twitch people, I mean, you can see Ian is just completely out of place. So shouldn't that rest on her? Shouldn't that be her responsibility? Like you're the event coordinator. You coordinate the event, and she's the network person. Shouldn't she be the one who's communicating? Why is all that put on you? What the fuck does Anissa even do? What does she even do?
This year, money is being raised for charity, and I'm glad.
Can I look this up? What the fuck did Anissa do for Creator Clash? What does she even do? Because Idubbbz is always the one who is taking the brunt of everything surrounding Creator Clash, all the controversy. He's taking the brunt of it, and Anissa is involved. She is involved in the event. Why the fuck is she not in this video? Why the fuck is she not answering for actions that she took? Because both Idubbbz and Anissa, they both co-own it. What the fuck does she do? Why isn't she in this video answering for shit she did, decisions she made? Like, I can't. This is so gross, dude. And honestly, it's so disgusting of Anissa to do this to Idubbbz, to drag him around like a fucking dog, right? And have him take the brunt of her actions, right? She should be forced to answer for shit that she fucking did. I don't know why Idubbbz always has to be the one to answer for it. It's so stupid.
To know that
it's honestly gross, dude. Some part of me wants to call it abusive. That is so gross. That's so fucking gross, dude.
It's already more successful than
Oh yeah. Let me see. What does she even do? I don't even know. Everything is so fucking full of the 34%. Dude, what did she do for the event? What was her job? I don't know.
Year 2, mission accomplished as far as I'm concerned.
Which is good. I think wait, hold on. How do you check this? Wait, mission accomplished. I mean, I suppose if the whole purpose was to tank the entire event and just have the event be funded by the Ethan Hassan drama, then I guess mission accomplished. I guess if that was the plan, then okay, good job. I guess. I mean, I feel like it probably could have been better had you not have gotten involved and just, you know, been a little bit more virtuous about it. But sure. Site have that info. It doesn't anymore because they're not attached to it. Let me see. Oh, fucking shit. Here are our fighters. 2 unknown people. two completely unknown people. Awesome. Tubbo, Snapnap. Okay, apparently they're still on. I want to know the previous ones. Ooh, you know how I could check this? Archive. Dude, I love Archive. I loved Archive. Internet Archive. I love this. This is a good website. Sponsorship merch FAQ. Will X item be allowed? X item be allowed in arena? What? Get in touch. No. So we have no idea what she did. I don't know what the fuck. What did she do?
responded to his personal attack with a joke, and then
Way back, yeah.
he hit me with a concern troll.
From the right, there's a lot of concern trolling around small businesses.
This is the most boring kind of
Oh God, fucking pedophile jump scare.
concern troll.
Get Snoop Dogg and Tupac the concern troll.
Wait, how does I wonder how Hassan feels that I fucking Vosh is getting a little shout out here.
Concern trolling. You need to address this issue, man, because you are offending the trans community. Shut up.
That is such poor concern trolling.
Lindsey Graham did a lot of concern trolling about this.
He's concern trolling.
Okay, I got the fucking point. Yeah, everyone loves that. Oh, another pedophile. Wait, hold on. I don't know if he's a pedophile actually. Denims. Okay, cool. I'm sure they're all talking about concern trolling. What's the point?
I've been working on my laugh lately. I'm trying to get it to a level where it's contagious. I haven't figured it out. I'll let you guys know when I
He's so quirky.
figure it out. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Idubbbz Complains. In the last couple of videos, I got a lot of comments. Now, I don't have time to read all 150,000 comments, but I also don't want to let down my audience, you know?
Oh, it's a little late for that.
I want them to know that I hear you. I hear your concerns, and I'm listening.
Okay, I guess he's being ironic. He actually doesn't give a fuck.
Put all 150,000 comments into the AI, and I told it to condense it down into a singular comment that is representative of the whole. My hope is that the one comment will perfectly represent a small fragment of everyone in the audience.
Wait, okay. I mean, is this like I guess it's like a funny, it's supposed to be like a funny bit or ironic bit or whatever, but
So everyone is equally happy.
Okay.
Okay, hold on a sec. So I'm kind of lost. Who's Hassan again? But hey, it's cool to see a content cop after all these years. Still, I gotta say, something feels different, man. Did we lose the plot somewhere? I miss the old days, but whatever. Keep doing you, I guess. Anyway, peace out. I'm gonna go rewatch some Filthy Frank now. I'm gonna be honest, I'm a big fan of the one comment because I feel like it perfectly encapsulates a comment from like a normie viewer who maybe watched you 5 years ago, but you know, they don't keep up with the drama or anything. When I first started my research on concern trolling, I was trying to find scholars on the topic. I know it hasn't been.
Dude, this is so fucking boring. Oh my fucking God, dude. What is the point?
Around for that long, but I'm like, surely there's someone who is well versed in the art of the troll.
He's mastered that art of trolling.
To my surprise, the scholar on this topic is Anita Sarkeesian. Yeah,
Oh God. Oh God. No. She's like Voldemort, dude. She actually is just such a shit human being. Like on both sides. Not even from a right-wing perspective or a left. No, she just sucks. She just sucks, dude. Wait, so but she's the master of concern trolling? I mean, I guess.
I've been almost a decade since like the Gamergate time, and go figure, the white guy 8 years later is like, I think Anita Sarkeesian was kind of onto something. There's a lot of assholes on the internet, and they're kind of misogynistic too, I think. It's crazy.
Wait, what? Dude, who the fuck is saying
What a
that?
CTE.
Wait, who the hell is actually saying that? Wow, Anita Sarkeesian is actually right. No, she's a stupid fuck. She's a stupid bimbo complaining about fucking nothing.
Or the love of a woman.
Like, if Anita Sarkeesian's criticisms was there wasn't enough female representation in the gaming community, that would be true. That's just true. Yeah. The way she said it is just, but that wasn't the point. The point was that there isn't enough female representation because everyone hates women and blah, 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 blah. And I'm sure there was a lot of misogyny. Like I could totally see that. There was a lot of misogyny. But you don't combat the misogyny by acting like a misandrous fucking bitch. Okay? You don't win any favors there when you start acting like that. But even still, she was also like extremely like ableist and fucking like fat phobic to like one of her like employees or whatever. Like she would deliberately target and bully this one like fat woman who was like a part of her team or some shit. She's just fucking an all-around bitch to everybody, dude.
will do to you.
Unfortunately, that's not the only species of concern troll out there.
The most obvious definition for concern trolling is when someone is pretending to be concerned about a particular subject or cause, when in reality, they don't give a fuck. They're just doing it to either get attention, start a fight, derail a conversation. To be honest, it's very effective. Because back in the day, you could identify someone trolling pretty easily, and you can kind of scroll past it. They'd have a name like shit is fuckus, and they would say fake and gay. But nowadays, it feels like the average troll is going to give you a paragraph or two, and you will not be able to identify straight away if someone is fucking with you or not. Do they hate me? Are they making a point here? Should I rethink my behavior?
Why? I don't know. I don't know what this is in context. Why the fuck would you care?
What the fuck? It seems like they'll oftentimes give you their...
Isn't this the woman that complained about boob size in video games and made a Lara Croft look like a femboy? I think so.
fan
that sounds like something that she would do.
To like prove that they're not just some random hater, right? They're not a troll or a hater. They're a fan who's been supporting you since the Kickstarter crap era. They've been supporting you since you made it.
Well, I want to hear what here's what I'm actually kind of curious, and this is why I'm not really clicking on this video yet, is I want to hear what comment does he think is concern trolling?
NFT of your ball sack. I've been subscribed since the Overgrowth Let's Plays. Hello, everybody. Part of the reason I want to share this is because I know there are a lot of creators out there who have to deal with this on a regular basis. They have to be the ones to differentiate between authentic and inauthentic. And a lot of the time, you just gotta fucking flip a coin or just ignore it outright. And it's really easy to say, like, I would handle that really well because my policy is to not give a shit about any of it. But obviously, if you do want to have some sort of relationship with your audience or the internet in general, you do have to give some percentage of
yeah, sure, that's fair.
attention to what's being said online. That's gonna be different for everyone. Now, some people might be worried that I'm giving new strategies to all the trolls out there. But don't worry, they already know these strategies. This is kind of like I think this is in all of us, right? Like, if you want some attention, you're gonna figure out a way to get the attention. If you want to fuck with people, you'll figure out how to fuck with people. This isn't like some secret sauce, really. There's a few different
Oh, wait, no, I just realized he's talking about fucking Sam Hyde.
strategies of
Oh my God, dude. Wait, I just realized. No, he's talking about Sam Hyde. He's talking about Sam Hyde and Anissa and fucking shit, dude. He's talking about Sam Hyde, bro.
dealing with concerned trolls. You can obviously, try to look into their post history, and if they don't come across as credible,
Dude, Sam actually broke this fucking guy's head. Like, who the hell is still talking about Sam Hyde A-logging fucking Idubbbz? Like, people criticizing him as rage bait.
if all their post history is white.
Which, I mean, like, here's the thing, and I feel like I can maybe say this in a more reasonable way than, like, Sam Hyde's audience might be able to. Anissa has a pattern of being very, very controlling and uncaring of the boundaries of Ian. And you can fucking tell just by her leaking super highly intimate, embarrassing details about his life. Why? What was the point? And how come she never faced any accountability for that? Because I feel like if I was in that kind of relationship, I'd be like, why the hell are you telling the entire internet my personal fucking, like, shit? Why the fuck should that has to do with me? That should come out of my mouth and not yours, right? Like, that's just like a logical boundary that you would have in a relationship. Like, but Ian just kind of rolls over and just takes it on the fucking chin. And it's just like, well, it's not fair. It's not fair to Ian that kind of information is being leaked out from Anissa. Now, to be fair, Ethan has done that recently. He said, like, oh yeah, Ian is a fucking virgin or whatever the fuck. But dude, like, it's most of the embarrassing fucking private shit literally just comes from Anissa. So it's like that alone is enough to be concerned about. It's like, wait, why are you okay with her doing that? Like, that kind of sounds fucked up, right? But now it seems to be the case that she is dragging him into drama and putting himself in people's fucking crosshairs to fight battles on her behalf. Now that's just how it feels. Like he's her personal white knight, right? Which is not inherently wrong to white knight for your fucking girlfriend. I mean, I white knight for my fucking girlfriends and shit like that, and boyfriends. I white knight for them. But to some extent, like, I'm going to recognize that, hold on. I can white knight for you a handful of times, but if you are actively getting in fights with people, I can't fucking help you with that. You just need to stop doing that. And you need to wrangle your fucking partner at that point. If they're at the point of constantly getting in internet spats and wanting to start shit with people, you need to actually wrangle them for their own sake. You're not being controlling. You're not being misogynistic. You're basically recognizing that, hey, you have a pattern of being crazy on the internet. And you need to be, like, controlled for your own sake. Like, it's okay. I think that is concerning. I think that is concerning that Idubbbz can't have any say. It looks, I'm not a fly on the wall. It looks like he doesn't even have any say in this fucking relationship, and it's just domineered by Anissa.
then you can just say, I'm going to err on the side of you're trolling me. When I listen to Tim Pool, he has like a little bit of a theory on, you know, the left versus right and who is.
But write off my concerns as concern trolling and don't fucking listen to it. Okay, we'll do a little recap in the next 10 years and see how your fucking relationship is, dude.
Is doing more concern trolling.
The right has their concern trolls, but it's rare. It rarely happens. On the left, it's endless because people like Patton Oswalt don't care about principle.
Now, I don't fully buy in.
What could it? She has life ruining shit on him, 100%. But I don't think she would leak it. She would leak embarrassing stuff. She's already done that. But like, I think just looking at the way he's been acting recently, dude, like there is definitely private conversations that they have had that she could totally just leak that and kind of just rock his whole shit, right? But I don't think she would do that because I don't think Anissa hates Idubbbz. I think she just doesn't have much of any respect for him. That's how it feels, right? Because if I was a partner and my partner told me intimate details, I would respect that and keep that private between us, right? I would do that. I would respect that and keep that between us, as best as I can. But Anissa, she will say it on her podcast that she knows is being uploaded to thousands of people. She will knowingly do that. And not only that, not only to her viewers, but fucking A-logs who hate them. They will take that information and run with it. And she just says it anyways. Like, how does that not feel like you're being disrespected? Like your boundaries aren't being appreciated.
To what Tim Pool is selling here, you can kind of look at the political spectrum as like a spectrum of concern, and people on the left seem to be generally more concerned than people on the right. You can say that people.
Fuck no. Fuck. Where was the concern with I'm sorry, Mr. Empath. Where the fuck was the concern with people sending skulls to Ian's house? Oh, it was humorous. Fuck. I wish I had that clip on hand. It was humorous. It was very humorous that people sent a fucking death threat to him like that. 2 skulls, one for him and one for his fucking wife. Not a death threat, apparently. That is so ironic. That is so fucking ironic. People on the left are more concerned. No, both sides sucks. Both sides suck. Both radical ends suck.
People on the right are mostly concerned about themselves. That might be like a fair assessment. If you're somewhere over here where Tim Pool's at, all you got to do to.
Where's the concern for the Israelis that were killed, dude? What about that? Where's the concerns for that?
Concern troll him is take one step to the left. That's it. I think concern.
Also, wasn't there like literally? Wait, hold on. Wasn't there like back to the Ethan shit? Wasn't there literally like a whole fuckload of concern trolling with Ethan coming from Hassan's community, like prior to the content nuke? Like,
trolling is.
This is just dumb.
In the eye of the beholder. With this example, you have Tim Pool thinking that Patton.
It happens like egregiously on both sides. To say that to make this like a right and left thing is just dumb. Both sides do it.
Oswald is being concern trolled by his audience or a portion, maybe like a small segment of people.
Like horseshoe theory is like it's just true. Horseshoe theory is just true, dude.
Fall for this stuff. Patton Oswalt falls for it. He is a weak man.
But Patton Oswalt doesn't feel that way. You know, he sees it as authentic concern, which is why he addresses it in this Instagram post. By the way, the concern is basically just people are uncomfortable with his association with Dave Chappelle because Dave Chappelle did some transphobic or said some transphobic shit. But Tim Pool has such a fucking low emotional IQ that he doesn't realize it isn't a big deal to listen to what other people are saying and like adjust your behavior. It's all up to our own fucking discretion, right? Like if you aren't to the point, Tim, where, you know, you don't want to apologize for fucking anything, which by the way, it seems like that's a theme on your.
Does he end up talking about himself? Okay, I don't give a fuck about the Tim Pool shit, honestly. Fuck.
He needs a hug? No, he doesn't need a hug.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. I found the meat.
To a Jewish bakery the other day. They had bagels. Really good, really impressed with it. That's the comedy I for. That's the joke South Park made. And even South Park, I started pulling its punches. Let me tell you about the real world, my friends.
It's funny because the extremists will call out fence sitters for pointing that out.
Get woke, go broke.
One of the reasons that I'm bringing this up is because after the content cop, I noticed a huge influx of concern trolls. They're trying to impact things in the real world. They're trying to, you know, make people crash out, as I was kind of indicating in my video.
Wait, what?
But I will say, one of the concern trolls was super fucking obvious to me. They came into the Discord. I'll read you what they put so you can kind of get a vibe for what a concern troll might sound like. Now this comment.
Okay. This is what I wanted to see. This is okay. Thank you, Ian.
Reference to me saying that I think he needs a good ass whooping. What do we say? He needs a hug? No, he doesn't need a hug. He needs a good fucking ass whooping is what he needs. They say, just being for real, this line in the video was pretty strange. Red flag number 1. At worst, it's a call for physical assault. At best, it's very toxic.
Wait. Red flag number 1. Wait, what? The emoji?
I think he needs a good.
That looks photoshopped. Am I crazy? That looks photoshopped. Discord does not align emojis like that, do they? Is it really that close? Oh my god, wait, it is. Holy shit, why the fuck is it like that? Okay, I got confused for a second. That looked Photoshop. Okay, no. That is, you know, the emoji really is that close to the fucking thing. Wait, what the hell is this? What? Ruined e-begging, yeah.
Worst, it's a call for physical assault. At best.
Okay. So Dude, that looked fun. Why the hell does Discord format like that? That's so
Hey,
weird.
just being for real, this
I forgot exactly. Is it indent? It's not indent. What the fuck is it? The space between the words. Why is it so thin?
line in the video was pretty strange. Red flag number 1. At worst, it's a call for physical assault. At best, it's very toxic masculinity-esque.
Is this actually concerned? I mean, it sounds like it. Versus a call for physical assault. At best, it's very toxic masculinity-esque. It kind of is. No, I kind of see it. Him being, he needs an ass woman. Like, that kind of does come off as like toxic masculinity, yeah?
It just comes across as parody, right? This was literally no one's concern.
Wait, but it literally is toxic. Isn't it toxic masculinity to be like, you just need an ass whooping? Like, isn't that kind of like a stereotype of like toxic men that just like, yeah, I can't change your mind, so I just want to hurt you. I want to punch you in the face because I don't like you and I don't like your opinions. So I want to hurt you. Like, yeah, that is like definitionally toxic masculinity.
Ever. He needs a good fucking ass whooping is what he needs. Either way, it doesn't seem to align with Ian's mentality towards being more progressive and against harassment. You see what
Unironically, no. This is like on the nose. Wait, what? This is literally on the nose.
Either way.
Just being for real, this line in the video was pretty strange. At worst, it's a call for physical assault, which is like, okay, that's a bit grasping at straws. At best, it's very toxic masculinity-esque, which is like, yes, it unironically literally is. I'm a lefty fucking, well, lefty. I'm a progressive fucking person. Yeah, that does come off as, I don't fucking give a fuck. I'm beyond caring about fucking small little tiny things like that. I don't give a fuck. Like, there are way worse things you could do as a human being than be toxically masculine. I don't give a fuck about that. But no, it unironically is. Either way, it doesn't seem to align with Ian's mentality towards being more progressive and against harassment. Yeah, literally. Wait, no, this person is just right. Wait, what? What? He literally complains about people making videos about him, but like he's over here like saying Ethan needs a good ass whooping because he apparently has wrong opinions on a political topic that I know nothing about.
It doesn't seem to align with Ian's mentality towards being more progressive and against harassment. You see what I mean? It's trying to like insert like a little seed of doubt. Whoa, you might have been irresponsible here. You might need to take.
No, yes, literally. Wait, what the fuck? No, this person is just right. Unironically, I'm trying to be as objective as well. Any manipulative person is gonna say that, right? But I'm genuinely trying to be like fair. Like, no, that just seems they're just on the money. If that's just toxic behavior in general, I don't understand the masculinity and because it's quote unquote iconic of men to do that because women don't really do that. Women don't say you need an ass whooping or anything like that. Like men typically, and it's like a masculine thing to get into physical altercations with people. Now I know women do it. I know women can be catty as fuck, right? But it's typical of men to do that, to be, and especially because of testosterone and shit like that. Testosterone does make you more aggressive statistically on average. You know, testosterone is associated with a lot of those things. It's associated with high libido, high sex drive, high levels of aggression and shit like that. So it's only natural that men would tend to do that. So that's why it's called toxic masculinity, right? It's because society, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, society. Wait, what the fuck is this blue sky shit?
Take accountability for what you put out on the internet. Never mind the point that you were making in the video. I think you need to repent for your call to violence. I don't think any creators
It's a valid criticism. Wait, how is that not a valid criticism? Wait, what?
should make that kind of statement unless they have a very good reason to do so, morally speaking, because you never know what one of your fans might do. It's quite dangerous.
This literally, wait, this does sound like something Ian would say about something else. So why is it okay when you do it, Ian?
I mean, to someone who hasn't been through the ringer of concern trolling, I'm sure this could like upset or confuse someone, but this is just fucking drivel. I honest to God just think his vid and the whole intention
Wait, what was the rest of the comment?
to do so, morally speaking, because you never know what one of your fans might do. It's quite dangerous.
So you would have to point me to exactly what Ethan did to warrant a statement that could be perceived as a call to violence.
I mean, to someone who hasn't been through the ringer of concern trolling, I'm sure this could like upset or confuse someone.
Yeah, you literally unironically said Ethan just needs a good ass whooping.
But this is just fucking drivel. I honestly.
And this is kind of you more or less doubling down on saying that. Like,
God just think his vid and the whole intention would have been better without that in it. I don't see why he said.
I mean, I think the vid and the whole intention would have been better without it. Listen, that video needs like a whole fucking different like it needs to be workshopped entirely. that is one of the few things. of concern with that video.
Of course, this is a new user to our Discord, so no post history. So we gotta get creative. You reverse search the username, and you find that they have a Twitter. Their Twitter is suspended. The Blue Sky account, though, has tweets like, so how long until Destiny gets banned from this app? Hashtag DGG. Hashtag Dalaban. Hashtag Destiny. Tankies are already terrified of arriving Dalaban forces. Following back all liberals. Hashtag DGG. Now, the reason that these posts are relevant is because Destiny is quite famous for saying very unhinged, offensive shit, and he doesn't really seem to care that much about it.
Don't pretend like you care about mental health or any of that cringe shit. Just be based. Tell people to kill themselves. Make fun of people.
Oh my God, he's throwing hands at fucking Destiny. What the fuck? Wait. I was like half.
Because Destiny is quite famous for saying very unhinged, offensive shit, and he doesn't really seem to care that much about it.
Don't pretend like you care about mental health or any of that cringe shit.
Also, that can be applied to Hassan too, but anyways.
Just be based. Tell people to kill themselves. Make fun of people who are on SSRIs. Make fun of people who have depression, anxiety, or GD. Just do that. Just embrace the I can't say the words on stream anymore. All the slurs I'm gonna use. Just do that. Go full in on it.
Now, I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that I don't think this user is actually worried about the language I'm using. I don't think that they're concerned about me being toxic masculinity-esque.
Make fun of people who are on SSRIs.
Sure. Yeah. No, okay, that kind of does drive the point that it could be concern trolling.
Kind of don't think that.
But still, that doesn't mean that it's like invalid, right? Like this is like invalid. They're making like invalid arguments. Like I'd like to see him actually address the comment instead of just writing it off simply just because it's concern trolling.
They're worried about a call to violence. I actually think that
because concern trolling ultimately is just criticism disguised as concern, right? So at the very least, you should be able to contend with what they're saying, right?
wouldn't mind me doing a call to violence.
Tell people to kill themselves.
They actually might even be encouraged by a call to violence, if I had to guess. You know, I can only speculate based on hashtag Dalaban, which is just some racist Twitter group. Ultimately.
What? Wait, what? He doesn't know about the Dajahoudin. I don't know how to leave Twitter groups. I'm a part of the Dajahoudin, and I just like fucking. I don't block the accounts, but I say don't recommend me this fucking account or whatever the fuck. I mean the Dajahoudin thing is fucking dead as fuck, but like that was back when I used to like Destiny, and now I don't anymore.
Concern trolling is just saying something.
Dajahoudin? No, Dajahoudin. It's the DGG version.
In bad faith. It's very similar to tone policing or sea lining, but I didn't really want to talk about those because those feel different to me for some reason. Specifically sea lining. That shit isn't even intuitive. You know, I've looked it up I think 3 times now, and I still don't fucking. I mean, I get it. I just can't recall it easily. So in my mind, that means it's stupid. It's not working. I can't bust it out in the middle of a heated argument and say you're sea lining me. See, it's because you grew whiskers in the middle of this debate. That means you're sea lining me. You started flapping your arms and going therefore you are sea lining. I mean, there you go. It feels like 2 people getting into a shouting match is more an accurate descriptor of sea lining than whatever the fuck it is. I think the least problematic part of being a concern troll is them taking a moderate position potentially, because at that point you're just being a party pooper or like a killjoy, a buzzkill. Like we're familiar with these types of people. They're just constantly reeling people in because they're worried that they're using like too crazy a rhetoric or they're getting a little too excited, right? And I think we all could use people in our lives to like reel us in a bit. The aspect of concern trolling that bothers me the most.
Okay, wait, then what the fuck? Then actually answer for the criticism. Why is it okay for you to say Ethan needs a good ass whooping, but not when other people do it?
Is the role-playing aspect. There isn't really a lot of incentive to not be anonymous online.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I don't think he's ever argued that.
There are some people out there who've made the unconscious choice to be like, my online profile is just an extension of who I am in the real world. And then there are all the people who consciously decide to stay anonymous. Now, for some of these people, it's just like, I want to be safe and I really don't want to take that plunge. Fair enough. But then there are the people who are like, not only am I not going to be myself, I'm going to be someone else. You know, I'm going to be someone else so that I can fuck with this community of people. Now, every time I see these characters, the image that pops in my mind is not like, oh, like you're a clever, smart guy who has infiltrated the opposing faction. You're like the spy in Team Fortress 2. It's like, no, that is a fantasy. What you actually are is you're like Steven Crowder in a wig at a women's only event, thinking that they're making some kind of grand point.
Hi, I'm Stephanie with all the frequencies of a feminism, and I am here at the Women's March in Austin. We quickly found out that nobody questions, criticizes, nor runs security background checks on trannies.
The reason someone like Steven Crowder gets into this position is not because of his cunning. It's because people are like, oh, you're a fucking weirdo freak. I'm staying, 20 feet away from you at all times. Or I'm going to be a very non-judgmental person, and I'm not going to ask any questions about whatever you got going on here.
We could get away with anything. Go anywhere, act any way we wanted, and we were really able to learn what today's progressive issues are all about.
And I guess in this case, it's a massive own. He's proven that people are tolerant of him. Having said that, I think we can end this video on a positive note. I'm proposing that fucking with people might be a way for some of these concern trolls to indulge in things and lifestyles that they never thought were possible because they're so opposed to them. So by pretending to be the very thing that you hate, you might actually gain some sympathy, or you might be like, oh, actually, the people in this community I kind of fuck with. All right, guys, that is going to do it for this episode.
Okay. Cool. Wow, what a great positive note to fucking end this stupid fucking shit on. The whole beginning of this fucking video is just fucking Jesus Christ, man. Holy shit. I think Ian read a comment that fucking upset him, and now we have to hear a schizo breakdown. I mean, it seemed like he took it kind of well, I guess. I don't know. Like the whole point of like complaining about concern, but it's just there is an obvious criticism being dealt there, and it's like why should you have to just completely write it off just because it's concern trolling, right? Like if it was nonsensical concern trolling, then okay, I guess. But there is a point being made there. Why can't you contend with it, right? Because ultimately, what the statement is that it does seem to hearken to standards that progressive communities like espouse, right? But seemingly he's being given a pass. Seemingly Ian's given a fucking pass just because, I don't know, I guess he's slapping asses with Hassan or some shit. It's fucking dumb. The double standard, there is absolutely double standard in that full fucking community. I'm actually kind of curious what the comments are. I think you for to add the subway surface at the bottom of the video. Does Ian really not see the irony? Does Ian not see the irony of this? Wasn't H3 content cop a concern trolling? Oh, wait, no. Yes, unironically. No, this person is 100% right. What the fuck? Yeah, no, that literally was the content cop. Wait, what? Oh my God, no. Now that they said it, I'm like, wait, this person's so fucking right. This Ian K person? No, 100 fucking percent. 100%, dude. That's fucking concern trolling. That's the whole content cop. It's like, I really hope Ethan can get therapy and change and grow as a person. I want to put our relationship on pause until you get better, Ethan, because you're the problem. You're the problem that people are sending skulls to your house and calling CPS on you. Jesus Christ, man. But you're raped? Dude, I'm trying so hard not to be raped, okay? Every waking day of my life is getting raped. Every waking day of my life is getting raped. And I can't fucking stop it.